Unfortunately, people get their hopes up all the time. They call us when they heard first that Bush was introducing a new program for amnesty for guest workers. But we had to explain to people there's no new law, it's just political. They haven't done anything, and ever since September 11th happened, when the DREAM Act has been introduced into Congress or any other kind of guest worker program, it's always stalled in committee, which means maybe one side of Congress would pass it, but it would stall in the other side of Congress. It just wouldn't get anywhere. They would never agree. And then when you have a Democratic Congress made of mostly a majority of Democrats, and then you have a Republican president who can veto legislation, it just becomes a system that doesn't work. And unfortunately, since September 11th has happened, it's been a very anti-immigration climate. So in addition to that, you have the poor U.S. economy right now, and a lot of American citizens are out of work. So they tend to scapegoat on the people who unfortunately can't defend themselves, which are immigrants who have no say because they can't come out of hiding in order to talk about, the menial jobs that they do, the lack of work that they get, and the poor working conditions that they're suffering. And they're taking a lot of jobs that U.S. citizens just don't want. But that's not what you hear. And so if they want to get reelected, these congressional representatives don't want to put immigration at the forefront because that's not their constituents. Their constituents are U.S. citizens who vote, and many of whom are out of work right now. So there's not going to be anything pro-immigration or anything to help establish new immigration laws that would forgive illegal presence or any kind of amnesty provision that I see coming out anytime soon. And it's just really sad that the news puts out these proposals or political agendas that just don't really come to reality. I always tell people that you need to handle your case based on what the law is now. Don't get your hopes up that the law is going to change because we have no idea what that is. You need to risk what is the risk to you of being pulled over by a police officer or being arrested or detained for DUI or just being stopped on the road when you're walking home from school with your child and having to show papers. In some states it's already like that right now, and you can be detained for probable cause of not being here legally because you don't have the paperwork. So you need to risk what is it worth me staying under the radar in order to continue and hope that the law is going to change, or talking to an immigration attorney now to see what my options are under the current law to see if there's anything that can be done. I am an expert in complex family-based immigration cases and have a 98% approval rate for the past 12 years. I am a nationally published immigration author and frequent public speaker on immigration topics. I regularly train other immigration lawyers on complicated marriage and family immigration cases for the American Immigration Lawyers Association, Federal Bar Association, and National Legal Education Providers. I represent clients all over the U.S., traveling to immigration interviews and deportation proceedings. Visit our website, humanrightsattorney.com, for more in-depth information and articles on complex family immigration issues.